Alright, hey there everyone, welcome back to another episode of Platinum Achievements. As always, I'm Ray, and today yet again we're playing America's favorite game of Don't Wake Sammy from his nap. You do not want to wake him. It's devastating, and it takes all the free time out of the day. Let us jump right into today's show. First of all, let's give an update as to where we are with achievements and trophies, and by we, I mean me. So first of all, on the PS system, PlayStation, as the boys like to call it, 95 platinum still, 632 gold, 842 silver, and 2012 bronze. You may be asking what that's from. I booted up Firewatch and played that on the PS4. Sadly, no platinum. That sucks, but that's what we did, and it's a good game. It doesn't take too long if you use a guide. I completed it on Xbox probably in 2019, and I'd bought it on sale at some point and just, never booted it up. But then I did, and then I finished it. Over to the Xbox side, let me pull up my app. Oh, the app restarted? Are you kidding me? I just had it pulled up. Ridiculous. Anyway, we are sitting at a pretty 674,630. To get up to that point, I think maybe we did a little more GTA 5. I booted up a quick game during Sam's nap yesterday. By the way, we're recording on February 4th. So on the 3rd, I booted up this game. It's called When the Past Was Around. It's a short little, looks almost hand-drawn. It's a point-and-click adventure. It looks like it's a girl going through some grief with her dead boyfriend musician. It wasn't bad. It was a Games with Gold game, if you remember what those were. And it made me kind of realize, not so much the game itself, but just the process of playing Games with Gold games. I'm glad, in a way, that they don't do them anymore. I mean, the quality went down towards the end, but it sort of feels like there's an end in sight now. Like, I'm not just constantly getting new games added to my pile and backlog and just drowning in option. Like, I only have so many Games with Gold games to play now, and there's a part of me that thoroughly enjoys that. So anyway, I beat that game down, completed it, and we moved on. I started Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. More on that in a bit. And then Omega Strikers. It's a free game. It's like anime air hockey. And it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's a fun little game to play. I mean, for free, it's pretty good. And yeah, not much to say about that. It's anime air hockey with cool abilities. My favorite character right now, I think his name's like Dexar or something. He's got a gun, and he's like a humanoid dinosaur looking dude. And the achievements in there, they're not too bad. The worst one is going to be leveling up 5 times, I guess. So you have to be level 6 by the end. I think you basically need like 100,000 experience. You generally get like 1,000 from every, like, what do they call it? Co-op against AI match. So it's a bit of a grind, not too bad. Everything else, I believe, can pretty much be done in either private matches, custom matches, or just playing online. Quick note about it, if you're going for that game, there's an achievement to play a game with 6 different heroes. We'll call them 6 different heroes. It's not you playing 6 different heroes, so it's not 6 games. You need one game where all 6 people are playing different characters. It's much easier than you think. So, if you're looking for an easy-ish 1,000 points, hit up Omega Strikers, and also When the Past Was Around. So, top of the show. Well, I guess it's not technically the top of the show, but it's the first topic we're going to cover. Wait, did I mess up my notes? Nope, notes are still good. Alright. Sony had their first State of Play of the year 2024. And I finished watching it earlier today when Sammy was first napping. And for me personally, there wasn't a lot here. I'm not saying the games are bad, but there just wasn't a lot that really reached out and grabbed me per se. I'll just go over a couple highlights. I was excited for Silent Hill Short Message because it would be my first Silent Hill game. Then I found out there's no trophies, so I'm probably not going to play that. But cool that it came out and it's free. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing it's like a Trying to read the synopsis here. I'm not even gonna really go much further into that. I'm just not gonna play it. Until Dawn's getting a PS5 PC upgrade or new version. I really enjoy Until Dawn. It's probably my favorite of the supermassive games of that genre that they make. And I don't know if I'll jump back into Until Dawn, but I'm glad that it's getting, I guess, a fresh life. Hayden Panettiere's in there. One of the girls from Superstore. I barely watched that show, but I just remember she's in there. Rami Malek, I think, is in that game. It's a pretty star-studded cast. So if you haven't played it on the PS4, it's coming to the PS5 or the PC, however you want to play it. The next game that kind of stood out to me was a game called V Rising, and it sort of looks like a top-down vampire role-playing survival game developed by Stonelock Studios. And it was an early access game. I'm just doing a little research as we talk here, but it looks cool. It looked interesting. Honestly, gave me Bloodborne vibes, and that kind of grabbed my attention. Of course, Death Stranding 2 on the beach, as the game's being called. It got me real excited to play Death Stranding 1, and also excited for Death Stranding 2. The thing that really solidified the trailer for me, like at first I just thought, oh, it's a Kojima game. Again, it's more Death Stranding. Like, that's cool. That's all well and good. Then there was this really cool, like, robot samurai versus, like, cyborg guitar dude. I don't know if any of this is in the first game. I've not touched the first game. But anyway, robot guitar dude, and he's, like, fighting the robot samurai with a guitar that he strums and shoots lightning out, and the guy's deflecting it, but then a blade comes out of one of the sides of the guitar, so it's like a literal axe, not just a musical axe, you know what I'm saying? And it was such a well choreographed fight. It looks so dope. I know that's not what the game is, but I'm excited to try it at some point. I might have some gift cards lying around, so maybe I'll try to get the Death Stranding director's cut, because I have been wanting to try it, even though I don't know if I'll enjoy the game. But if I do get it, it'll be my first Kojima game, I think, if I remember correctly. And did anything else really? I don't think anything else really stood out to me. Stellar Blade looked cool. What else? What else? Judas is the new game from the BioShock creator, and even though it looked cool, I guess it just looked like more BioShock, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but it's just kind of weird that it feels like that's the only type of game that Ken Levine can really make. I mean, it could be a cool game, but I'm gonna wait. I'm not really too hyped for it. Oh, also, I'm going down the list of all the games announced. Rise of Ronin looks cool. It looks kind of like a Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed-esque game where you just fly around on a kite and grapple and stuff. It looks pretty good. I tried to draft it in my fantasy draft. That didn't happen. We'll talk about the fantasy draft later. And my two leagues and my two rosters. One's pretty good. One I got nervous, and you'll be able to tell which one that is. Oh my God, he's awake. Why would you wake up? Why would you wake up, Sam? Was I too loud? Go to sleep, little boy, go to sleep. Shit, he might be up. Come on, buddy, go back to sleep. Frick. He's only down for like an hour. Alright, I'm not going to say speed run this, but I don't think I woke him up. I'm pretty quiet. Alright, next let's talk about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The game just released. I'm a huge DC fan, and even though I really enjoy the story and kind of the Elseworlds aspect of it, I really like a good Elseworlds story, and I know it's tied to the Arkham games. My impression so far is that it's a decent game. The gameplay is fun, but the live service stuff just gets in the way. Like, even when you're playing solo, after every mission, it just does like a recap screen, even though I'm the only one there, and it's like, this is the gear you got, and this is your blah, blah, blah. And I really wish they wouldn't have done that. I really wish they would have just made just a co-op shooter. Even a looter shooter like not Bloodborne. Borderlands, they don't do those like breakdown screens. Like the breakdown screen halts the flow of gameplay to the point where it comes up and you gotta wait a little bit of time, and then I just check my phone and I'm zoned out for like 10 minutes. So that's my biggest criticism right now. The gameplay's fun. I like the characters. It's a gorgeous looking game. The environment's cool. I'm not far into it. I'm only a few hours, which from what I've heard is maybe like a quarter of the game. I don't know. And it's fun. I like seeing different versions of these characters. And I understand why people are annoyed with it. I don't even know if you can access a battle pass yet, which I was a little bummed by. I wanted to at least try to access it. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, the live service stuff really gets in the way. If it was just a battle pass being tacked onto the single player, I think it would be fine. They've reiterated countless times, it's just cosmetics. There's no sort of advantages in there. And that's all, that's fine. But the problem is they created a structure of gameplay that's just very tough to get into. The traversal's fun. It's like a Sunset Overdrive meets Crackdown with a DC paint. Awesome. I love both those games. I think they're both fun. I like playing as Deadshot just because he's the easiest to use, I think. And I'm just, yeah, it's just a little, it's frustrating because I want to play through the game, but I don't want to be constantly interrupted by the game, if you know what I'm saying. I haven't gotten anything crazy. I haven't gotten any alleged Justice League deaths because, you know, kills the Justice League. I know I've had things spoiled and it sucks. I won't spoil it here. But I just wish that the game wasn't, I guess I wish it wasn't a live service, but it can still have its battle pass. Like, that's fine. It's a very frustrating thing. But again, I'm only a few hours in. I can't really judge it fully, and I really want to put in some more time. Hopefully next week I'll have a more comprehensive review for you listeners. And you're going to be watching some gameplay on screen. I'm sure you'll come across one or two or three of those. Let's check on the little boy. Okay, his eyes look like he's closing. Can't believe this kid woke up. But yeah, you'll probably see a couple of the splash screens I'm talking about where it just says, oh, mission complete. Here's all the gear for everyone. Here's who was in top place. It's like, dude, I'm playing this game solo. I don't want to play with other people. Like, I don't want to play a game like this with other people per se, especially in a group of 4, because then you all talk to each other. You're missing some cool details. Like, there's a really cool, like, Bat Museum section where it kind of reiterates the stuff that went on in the Arkham games before, gives you some breakdown on characters, and also gives you a little bit of an explanation on what happened after Arkham Knight. So, as a DC fan, I am really enjoying the game. But as just a game player, it's frustrating that the flow of gameplay is broken up so frequently. Also, Wonder Woman's cool. Amanda Waller's cool. The only character that kind of looks a little Microb is Rick Flag, but, I mean, they could have done anything. They really just made, like, a generic character and put, like, some scarring on him and gave him sort of, like, a yellowish shirt so you know it's Rick Flag from the movies. But, my God, he's looking, like, dead at the camera. This kid's an animal. Where's your Banky, kid? Go to sleep. Honestly, probably a mistake to try to have recorded this during his nap. I probably should have just brought the laptop downstairs. But you live and you learn, and I'm going to have to deal with a no-nap Sammy, apparently. But yeah, very, very brief overview of my time with the game. Mainly because I don't have that much time into it. So, again, next week I'll have a little more for you guys. Maybe a full review. Who knows? What do we got next? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I mean, Sammy being awake, I'm definitely kind of rushing through all this stuff, but, you know, that's just how it works sometimes. Sometimes kids just don't want a nap. What do we got next? I thought this would be a fun one to talk about, considering Nintendo's, like, on the precipice of basically releasing a new Switch. And even though I kind of like that Nintendo as a platform does not have achievements or trophies, I think achievements and trophies could be cool to add to Nintendo, even though I don't want them to do it. It's a paradox. I'm very conflicted by this stance. So, let me explain how I feel Nintendo could implement a fun trophy/achievement system. As much as I love achievements, I think Nintendo benefits more from a trophy-like structure. And what I mean by that is you have your trophies, and then you have your bronze, silver, gold trophies, and then you have your platinum trophy. So and this is, all dependent on it if Nintendo like hops into the 20 whatever-ish century that we're in. I think we're still 21st century. And creates like an actual like online profile where I don't need friend codes and is consistent and able to maintain such a thing. Because that's another thing. I don't have a lot of faith in Nintendo being able to do that. But for your trophies, on Nintendo or on PlayStation, you have your bronze, silver, and gold. What I would think for quote-unquote trophies should be coins. And what I think for those coins, you should have your yellow coin be your basic coin. So like your bronze. And honestly, just make... how could we do this? Yeah, just make like... it's at the discretion of the developers, I guess. Make your harder trophies/coins, make those red coins. That feels right to me. And then, but of course, once you get your platinum trophy on the Nintendo system, you need to get a star. And what are we going to have for these achievement and trophy sounds on Nintendo? I think... let me adjust my mic, sorry. If you're hearing a little slither. So for the coins, I think when they pop, it should just be the coin sound. He's literally looking dead at the camera. This kid's an animal. But he's laying down, so that's good. Maybe... is he going to pass out with a binky? Come on, kid. Lay back down. Lay back down. God, if you don't know the anxiety... Oh, he grabbed a binky. If you don't know the anxiety of watching your kid not sleep or get up early from a nap, it is terrifying. Especially on a Sunday. You don't have a day to recover. Where were we? Okay, so the coin sound. Just the regular coin sound. But then once that star gets acquired, again, your platinum achievement on the Nintendo system, I think you should hear like a wahoo from your boy Mario. I think that would be pretty cool. And then you could have like your profile and shows this is how many stars you have. Which, unlike Sony, but more like Xbox, I guess, every game needs to have a star. I don't want these games where they're like, oh, we won't do a platinum achievement because the developer, it's a small game, blah, 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 and then the developer didn't ask for one. Just make it like Xbox, where every game starts with 1,000 gamer score, or I guess technically 99.9% of games. I think there's like one or two games that had a different amount, like I think Battle for Middle Earth is like an RTS on the 360, I think, but that was at the beginning of achievements, even predating trophies. I want to say that game launched with like 970 gamer score, which is weird. But at the same time, at least it's like an even number of gamer score. So, make sure every game can get a star, for one. And I think that would incentivize me to maybe get a Nintendo system. But at the same time, I really like that Nintendo doesn't have an achievement system. Like I said, I'm so conflicted. So yeah, Nintendo, hire me or don't. Sammy Watch 2024. The boy stares outside of his crib through the bars, hoping for father to come and get him. He looks at the monitoring apparatus above his crib. He shoves his legs through the bars in an effort to get comfortable. A plushy Thomas strewn across the bed next to a Sesame Street blanket, while the boy rests his head on his new pillow, which he kinda sometimes likes. How's that black thing in there? There's something in the... Oh, he took his socks off, that little shit. Alright. On to what I believe... Let me check our time, actually. I've been doing pretty good at not having a lot of breaks in this recording. 21? Okay, not bad, not bad. We're gonna have a chunk of an episode today. And I'll let Sammy kind of figure his own shit out. Alright, so the last topic we're gonna cover today is I'm gonna go over my two rosters And if you look on screen, you will see what I'm working with here. So what I did at first, this was my first league, let me pull it up actually, is a league between myself, my wife, Amanda, and my buddy Dan and my buddy James. The league's called Philly Tears, for obvious reasons. My team name is Team Jakey G for Life. It's kind of an inside joke me and Amanda have, but also I choose Jake Gyllenhaal over Taylor Swift. Now, on Team Jakey G for Life, also I am projected in my league to be, as of right now, in third place, just barely behind Dan. I think he has like just a point over me. And then my buddy James is like clear out in the front because I didn't think he knew about the bidding system, and he just outbid me on so many games and a counter pick. Like, I think I already told you guys on here, Amanda chose Suicide Squad, got her -7 points, so I guess points on the board for her. Oh, -9, oh shit. But then she also chose Skull and Bones, and I bid on Skull and Bones, didn't get it. James swooped in and got me. It's a secret bidding. But yeah, James basically took, I think I tried to get Rise of Ronin, he took that, and he just almost filled out his entire roster. It's crazy. But anyway, back to my roster. The champion. And this league has like a $50 buy-in. My other league has like a $10 buy-in. But on Team Jakey G for Life, I started with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I followed that up with Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga, or Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, whatever they want to call it. Then I threw in Plucky Squire, of course. I put Visions of Mana in there. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. And that was our initial draft. And then I did a little pickup on a game called Harold Halibut. And there'll be more on that soon. It's a very interesting looking game. I'm very excited to play it. And I don't have any counter picks right now. None of my games have released either. I think my first game releases 9 days on my birthday. That's Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. I'm really hopeful for that one. I will, since we're getting into this, I'll leave a link down below for the fantasycritic.games website if you guys want to, do a fantasy league with your friends. Okay, but now on to the more cutthroat league, which was actually a lot more fun to draft because we all got on a Discord call. There's 7 of us in here. Right now, I am projected to be in 5th place. Everyone is, aside from like the last 2 place people, everyone's kind of within a 10 to 12 point range. One of our guys did auto drafts, and I don't think he did like a wish or a watch list, which would auto draft from. So I think the site just chooses based on like hype factor. So he's like way out in the lead. But anything can happen this season. And let me tell you, I wanted to start with Hellblade 2 again, right? It's mostly a PlayStation themed, or not themed. It's a PlayStation centric like Discord, because it's for a podcast I listen to called Trophy Talk. If you want to listen to them, go for it. But I figured I was safe with Xbox games, and apparently not, because these guys also know Xbox games. It's crazy. There's not really a lot of like console warrior stuff going on there. I mean, there is a little, but not too much, which is nice. I really do not like console warriors. I don't understand when people just say like, "Oh, I hate Xbox," or "I hate PlayStation," or "I hate Nintendo." I'm like, it doesn't make sense. There's great things on all 3 platforms. It's crazy to think otherwise. But anyway, this league was a little different because we were drafting, I think, 20 games in this one compared to, I think, 15 in my other league. I allowed like DLC and remakes and remasters and things like that. I still kind of screwed it up a little, but here we are. Hang on. Okay. Let me check on Sammy. Oh, he's rolling around. I'm gonna have to get him soon. It sucks. Now he's sitting. He's trying to figure out where he is. What do you do, like an hour nap? That sucks. I thought I had more playtime for me. Yeah, so I wanted to start with Hellblade 2. Oh, wait, he's laying down again. This is such a riveting podcast, let me tell you. Or episode. I don't really consider it a podcast, but consider it what you want. I want to do Hellblade 2, and once I got picked before I could choose mine, my whole plan flew out the window. It was a disaster. So I actually started with Alan Wake 2's DLC, Night Springs. It's supposed to come out in spring. If it's as beloved as the main game, I think I'm in good shape. Then again, I chose Visions of Mana. I snuck in Harold Halibut. No one really seemed to know what that was, which was good for me. Somehow no one picked it, but I scooped up Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. And that's really where my plan ended. Because after that, and even everyone else in the league, like, we scrambled to try to find some stuff to fill these rosters. We're hoping more stuff comes out this year. So I chose Little Nightmares 3. I've played a little bit of Little Nightmares 1, I think. I didn't play 2, but I saw that they got good scores, so I needed something. I chose Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Never played it originally, but I would assume it's gonna get good reviews, I'm hoping. And then someone counterpicked it, which means I can't drop it, which sucks. So I gotta hope that one kind of comes out and doesn't get delayed. I mean, a delay doesn't get you negative points, but you don't want it taking up, points from your roster. Next up, I chose... I got outside my comfort zone because I don't really play a lot of Nintendo games. I chose an unannounced mainline 3D Mario platformer. Hopefully that lands if the Switch 2 comes out. I then followed that up with Metroid Prime 4. That got counterpicked too. I'm hoping that one comes out too. That would be great. And then after that, I really just kind of fell apart. Because I didn't want to overload myself with expecting Switch games or Switch 2 games. Because if they don't come out and enough people counterpick it, I'm screwed. So I chose Sandland, which is a game adaptation or based on the manga from Akira Toriyama, who, if you don't know, he also did like Dragon Ball. He did the designs for Blue Dragon on the 360, which is cool. I still haven't gone back to Blue Dragon. I'll do it at some point. And then I ended my draft with South Park Snow Day, which I'm hopeful... Oh, that got counterpicked too, South Park Snow Day. Which, after looking at everyone's picks, I was like, if any of these are getting counterpicked, that would be the one. And I like my roster. I enjoy it. It's a risky, but also somewhat conservative roster. I feel like I'm really confident about my first 4 picks, and then after that, it's kind of like, I hope you come out, and I hope you're good, type of deal. And then for my counter pick, one of the guys, Colin, he decided to draft Earth Defense Force 6, so I drafted that as my counter pick. But yeah, I will leave a link down below. The cool thing is, if you find a league that you like, or if you watch some content creators and they have a league, you can actually just follow them, get some good ideas, see where their standings are. It's pretty cool. I really like the way this site is set up. Great FAQ. There's a whole bunch of cool features. I really like it. It's a real cool site. I highly recommend it. It honestly adds a whole new dimension to just being a fan of games when you kind of have something riding on it, Not just like stock investments and stuff. So yeah, I'll leave that linked below. Also a list of all the things announced in the State of Play. And, I mean, the Suicide Squad thing was just my own opinion, so nothing really to link there. Alright, moving on to... What do we got time-wise? Damn, okay, wow, we really filled out the episode. Shit. That Sammy commentary really got us there. Hopefully once I'm done talking, he goes back to sleep. There's a bona fide little... it's a bona fide nightmare. Okay. Shit. So, my game recommendation for you guys is an interesting one. Because this game does not have achievements. I know, right? I'll give you a sec to collect yourselves while I drink some tea. It's actually half iced tea, half lemonade. We call that an Arnie Palmer. I got the Arizona iced tea version. I love it. I drink it like water. I tried to be better this year, but I've kind of just given up in February. Anyway, yeah, so this game does not have achievements. If you have a 360, I believe you can still buy it on there for the time being until the shop gets shut down. It's on Xbox systems as well. Xbox One, Series X, Series S, One X. It's called Hidden in Plain Sight, and I'll throw a trailer up now for it, or maybe just gameplay footage. It is a top-down game where the art style is really kind of endearing to me. I really like it. I actually kind of helped. I think he's like a one-man developer over Twitter like years ago. I helped him kind of troubleshoot some bugs when he released it on the new platform. So that was a pretty cool experience to partake in. I think his name's Adam Sprague. I still follow him. He seemed pretty nice. But yeah, it's a top-down game. There's a few different game modes like racing and hitting like all these different statues, and I think just being the last man alive maybe. And you play as these different characters like a ninja or a princess or king or a queen or a yeti or a lava yeti or whatever else. And the trick of it is that you don't know who you are. No one knows who they are in the game. You kind of have to look around, careful with your movements, and try to discern who you are based on your short movements. And it's a lot of fun. It's a very fun party game. I played it a lot in college with some friends. It is an absolute blast. I highly recommend it. Let me actually see how much it is. Let's see. It's only $6. Absolutely worth $6 for the amount of fun you get out of it. Oh, okay, cool. It's on. I'm trying to pull it up. Yeah, Adam Sprague, developer. That's awesome. It's cool. I remember that. It is currently on. If you want to play on the Ouya, you can apparently play it on Mac, Xbox 360, Linux, Windows, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Really fun. That's awesome that it's on Nintendo. That's really cool. $6 on Xbox. Looks like it's $6 on Steam. Let me check Nintendo. See what they're saying. $6. $6 for this game is an absolute steal. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend that game. Great game. It's very simplistic, but it's a very fun party game. Got so many hours out of it. It was great. And the upcoming game that you should keep an eye out for is Harold Halibut. I saw the trailer for this game, I think on Twitter. Let me pull it up, actually. I'm gonna need to, take it down off YouTube anyway. I'm gonna have to borrow it from YouTube. It's like a claim. It's won so many awards. It looks like. It honestly looks claymated, and you're kind of this guy. It looks kind of like you're in Rapture a little bit, like from BioShock, and you're taking care of this like fish guy that you maybe were interrogating, and he woke up. But the art style is incredible. It's like it looks claymated, and I've been like wondering when we're gonna get a game kind of in this art style that kind of looks like a movie. And I guess here we are. It looks really cool. I like the concept of the game. Highly, highly recommend looking into this one. Again, I don't know if it's good. It's not out yet. But it's on both my drafts. I have much faith in it. And I don't even know really how to describe it. It's such a gorgeous looking game. And if you like this art style, I recommend Isle of Dogs. That's a really good movie. But that brings us to the close of another episode of Platinum Achievements. Thank you all for listening, or watching, or whatever you were doing. Probably folding some laundry in the background, or maybe grinding out some achievements or trophies. You know what I mean? Do that. Throw this on the background. You don't gotta watch. There's no video really for it yet. Oh, they got a Kickstarter pitch video? That's cool. I'll watch that. Yeah, and I've been seeing some great engagements and some cool growth on the channel. I really appreciate all of that. And let's give a final update on Sammy. I bet he's awake. Yeah, he's still messing around. I might just get him up early. Crap. Thanks for watching, everyone, and keep on hunting, boys and girls. I'm gonna go take care of my child. See ya.